Because I mean, I know you're always shooting, but you do have other stuff you got to help out with, you know.
Being pulled 6 different ways at once, and I like it.
So, as I said before, Geneva was here last week, and she said you and her had an interesting first meeting.
Yes. I'm in the movie Jacko Slasher, and she had to pretend to blow me. Oh, hi, I'm going to pretend to blow you, okay? And I was like, well, you don't have to pretend. That's a blowjob joke. I guess.
No, I got it. I was just waiting for the rest.
Oh, the rest will come.
But bum.
A whole bag of them here. I got a whole bag.
You and Don Rickles down at the Sands, right? Yeah. So, what's the most fun you've had on doing one of your films, or any film?
Oh, I couldn't pick a moment. Every time is a new adventure. Like while filming for I Spill Your Guts, Balls Mahoney challenged to wrestle me because I used to wrestle in high school, and he was like, "Oh, you used to wrestle? Wrestle!" And I was like, "What? No, I don't want to wrestle you, Balls Mahoney." And I don't know if you've seen Balls Mahoney. Like,
I know, yeah. Well, the last time I saw Balls Mahoney, he was like about 350.
Yeah, he's a big dude. And not to mention, the night before, he had a match, and somebody threw a chair from the audience and broke his forearm. And so he had a bone literally sticking out of his arm. Literally sticking out of his arm. And he's like, "Come on, James, let's wrestle." And I'm like, no. And of course, I had to wrestle Balls Mahoney. But the worst part is I beat him. Not once, but twice. And he was furious. He was like, "You and I, next time I see you, we're going to have a rematch."
When my arm is better.
Oh, Balls Mahoney has a vendetta against me. Great. Just what I needed.
What you need to do is go out and find the one-man gang to protect you.
Right. All RVD.
RVD.
I'm actually doing a show with RVD next month, Rhode Island Comic Con. Looking forward to that.
I think the guys from the Dorkening are they're going up to Rhode Island Comic Con.
Nice.
So they'll probably see you up there and say, "James!"
Just like that.
James! Yeah, just like that. I'm going to coach them in how to do that, you know. You got a regular stable of actors that you usually use. Genevieve Rossi, Edward Young, and Frank Mullen. You know, I mean, do you find it easier working with people that you already, with friends, or harder?
That's a good question, because the problem with working with friends is that when you want them to do something that they're not comfortable, which is usually nothing, you just got to lay down the law. Like, do it. You got to crack the whip, which I rarely have to do, which is nice about working with friends, because they trust my vision. They work with me a lot of times. They know what the movies are, so they usually just jump, right into it. Like, for filming for Fight School, we had to hit Frank Mullen with blood, and his face was just like, "All right, let's do it." we made it thick, so it was like hitting him in the face.
Oh, nice. So the whole crimson face thing, huh?
Oh yeah.
That's cool.
Great, I love Frank Mullen. He's such a fun guy to work with, and that's
He
the
looks.
whole Gory Kids thing got started. I don't know if you know this, but most of Suffocation wrote the theme song to Gory Kids because Frank and I had a joke on set about doing a movie. Like, what do people love in movies? Gore and tits, And I was like, "Oh, Frank, you should do the song." And he's like, "Yeah, gory tits, gory tits." And then, like, 3 months later, it was real. It's a real song. And I can't wait to release that movie because it's so ridiculous.
You must have spent like your entire youth in like rock clubs, because the amount of bands you get to sign say, "Oh yeah, sure, put my song in your movie," is crazy. Your first I Spill Your Guts had so much music in it that in a way was kind of annoying, because like just when you're getting into what they're saying, it's like, a song, you're like, "Dude, I can barely hear them now." But you have so many bands that you got like just sitting off to the side that want to be into stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I think that's what's really cool about, music and horror movies. Like, they kind of fuel each other. Like, bands like horror movies, and horror movies like bands. So it's like,
You really need to press some like soundtracks, man.
Yeah. Yeah, well, what I like to tell the bands is that the music is featured in the movie, so you get that experience. You know what I mean? And if you like the song, then you can go check out the band.
That's true. Unless you're like on the West Coast and they're an East
Oh,
Coast band.
yeah. Like, you don't have to see them live, but most of these bands, they tour the world, so
It's it is great though, man. Like I said, you get a lot of people just to sure, you know. It's a great way to do a movie.
thanks, man. I made a lot of friends over the years, so it's nice to work with so many great people that I admire, and
Well, you were saying on your Facebook that you got to mess with the bass player from MXPX's bass.
yeah.
Do you play bass?
I do play bass, actually. I play bass, guitar, keyboards, and I used to sing in a bunch of bands, so
Well,
so that was cool. Mike Herrera from MXPX, they're on the Cats of the Day soundtrack, so they came through New York, and it was cool to shoot something with Mike for Cats of the Day. I mean, Mike, cool.
that's right. You went to a performing arts high school.
I did. I went to Professional Performing Arts High School, which is based on the Fame movie,
Yeah.
and they only take like I had to audition to get into that school. They only take like 500 kids out of like 7,000 or something that audition. So I've been doing this a long time.
Well, I want to thank you for coming on, man. I mean, is there anything you want to plug?
Yeah, check out acidbathproductions.com. Get all your sweet acid bath t-shirts, hot sauce, books, plush figures, and follow us on Twitter at acidbathproduct. And don't forget to check out Bite School, an education you can really sink your teeth into.
And I have one of the acid bath production refrigerator magnets. So there you go. Yeah. Again, thanks for coming on. You're welcome to hang around for the for the live show. So all right. Like James said, check out Acid Bat Productions. I'm the 13th Wolfman, and I'm on the prowl.
Ow!
I love that dog.